So I'm joined today, Marcus. Marcus is in space and I'm on the beach. So the connection seems to be okay, seems to be holding up. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm pretty good, Matt. Some would say I'm feeling out of this world today. Oh, that was bad. Can we cut that out? Um,
All right, yeah, that's fine. You just go again.
Hello, I'm back again. Matt couldn't get enough of me last time, so I've decided to come back.
Today we're going to be talking about your fitness journey. You said a lot of people may not know this, but you had quite a substantial change since you started training. When did you start and how long have you been training for?
I mean, realistically, not that long. Um, I think, I think, I must have started around maybe March, April time. And then, now it's December. So not quite a year, just shy of a year. But it was around when lockdown happened. That's how I kind of gauge when it started, really.
What was your starting weight and what is your current weight now?
Oh, okay. Depends. If are we doing it in kilograms or
However way you want to do it.
okay? Because I just go off kilograms now, realistically.
I can convert it in post edit.
Okay. So let me think. I was around 108, 110 kilograms. I'm now down to about 77. So it's been a fair few kilograms I've lost.
What is your height to go with that?
Well, I'm around 6'2" ish,
Six
give or
two.
take. Yeah.
So that's about what? That's like a 30, around 30 kilogram loss. That's
Yeah.
pretty
It's
substantial. I've seen you in person probably a year ago now, and you were in quite a bad position in terms of your weight. You're quite overweight,
hmm.
borderline obese. I can say that now because you've lost all the weight. But how did you allow yourself to get in that kind of position in the first place?
To be perfectly honest with you, it was a lot to do with mental health, I think. So I was in a bit of a state where I didn't really want to go out anywhere. All I do is just lay in bed all the time. Like my fitness was zero. I did zero fitness. All I do is wake up, go downstairs, get some food, get a takeaway, get some snacks, take them to my room, and just that's how I spend my entire days. I worked night shifts as well in a warehouse job, which really didn't help because I'd come back from work, I'd be still hungry. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning, and then I'm snacking again, and it was just a bit of a vicious cycle, really. They just built up and up.
What made you decide that you had enough? You had enough of your weight and you wanted to go on this crazy fitness journey and get to where you are today.
Well, I think it was a mix of different things, really. I think it was almost like a sudden realization where I was like, look, I'm not happy with where I am. I'm not happy with who I am. There was a mix of things going on in my life at the time where I just wasn't happy in general. So I was like, I'll try and make a change. I'll try and be a different person in general. So that's basically the bottom line of it. I was just not happy with who I was myself. I was quite introverted. I didn't want to do anything, talk to anyone. I had zero confidence, and I just didn't want to keep living that way, really.
No, and what you did was a very tall order indeed. So other than the fact I can clearly see that you're looking far healthier, you're looking good, what other benefits have you noticed, like inside your head? Has it benefited your mental health? Has it helped your confidence? That sort of thing.
100% helped my confidence. I've gone from not liking photos at all, and the photos where they would be taken, I just barely smile. I just put a little bit of a grin on my face. I would never use my teeth to smile. And now, like, I'm on Instagram now. I'm posting photos. I'm posting selfies. Like I actually smile, which is nice. And people are like, "Oh my God, you smile. Why didn't you smile more?" And it's just like, well, I was just too scared to. And it kind of, I don't know. I think thinking back to it seems a little silly, I guess, because like I look at the photos of what I used to look like, and I didn't look terrible. Yeah, yes, I looked out of shape, but I didn't look awful. But when you're out of shape, I guess you just get into your head that you're just not not, not a good person. You're not who you want to be. So now I am who I want to be. I just, I don't know, I'm just happier in general, really.
That's fantastic. So for everyone at home who are going through this themselves at the moment, how did you do it? Like, what were the steps you took to reach your goal?
Really, I started off quite simple. I had a little sports watch, and I was like, okay, let's get my daily steps. And I started on 5,000, went up to 10,000, and I was doing 10,000 every day, doing all of that. And then I was slowly losing a bit of weight. I think I must have lost like maybe 3-4 kilograms from that alone. And then I just changed my diet. Got a personal trainer. I think that helped a lot. I know a lot of people can't afford the luxury of a personal trainer, but I speaking from my personal experiences, I genuinely, is the best thing that I did was getting a personal trainer, and I can see why people would like to get that. And I couldn't, I couldn't tell you not to get one, because they get results. And then once I had a trainer, I had a certain structure, training structure. I just had structure in general to my life, and then with that structure, I just built upon it more and more and more, and then I just got more and more results. It was to a stage where I was losing a kilogram a week, which is insane thinking about it, because it's a crazy amount of weight to lose. Like every week you're losing a kilogram. And I went into the gym towards the end of my weight loss, because now I've just maintained my weight. So towards the end of my weight loss, my trainer was like, here, just like passes me, a 30-kilogram plate. It's like, hold that. And I was like, all right. And he was like, that's how much weight you had, and that's how much weight you've lost. And just holding that, it makes you realize, oh my God, like this is crazy. Like I've made such a good achievement. I've made so much progress. Just 3 basic tips, really, going back to all of that. I think you need to get the right mentality, get the right diet, and then get the right structure that you need, whether it's a trainer, whether it's on your own, just go into a gym. But I know that a lot of people can't do that because they just don't have they just don't have the willpower to just keep going. But genuinely, and it may not help, but it's just whatever works for you.
Just for everyone at home, we did not script this. This is not some point to try and sell personal training to you, but since he's mentioned it, if you are interested, be sure to check out the link down below for the website. 50% off. Use code Santa20 at checkout. Anyway, I know you mentioned you followed a diet. What was the specific diet you followed, or is it more in the case of you decided to reduce some foods and increase other foods?
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think diet fads and all of that particularly work. I genuinely think it's a matter of just cutting down how much you eat, because you can technically eat what you want to eat and still lose weight. It's just portion sizes you need to work on. I think I started on that, and then I was like, okay, I want to kind of speed up the process a bit. So I stuck to just the leaner meats. I stuck to, I still had a balanced diet. So I wasn't cutting out any food. Like I never cut out bread, and I know a lot of people would cut out bread, but I never cut out bread. I went towards just different types. So for example, bagels, they're high in protein. So out of the choice of all the breads, I just go for bagels. It got to the point where just from purely substituting my meals, I was going down. I went down from like having like 4,500 calories a day to about 1,600 a day, which is a crazy jump. Not necessarily what I'd suggest everyone to do, because I know that you can get really, really hungry from that. And I know by just purely going to that low calorie deficit, you can go the other way. That's what a lot of people have told me. They're like, oh, I'm genuinely impressed that you haven't gone the other way with the amount you've cut out, as in just not cut out, but as in reduced calorie wise. But it's just a simple case of that. It's a simple case of X percentages of what you want. So you can still have your fats, you can still have your meats, you can still have your carbs, your veggies, but it's purely just rationing it to the point where you're just having a balanced meal.
Yeah, that's some really good advice there. For sure, it is definitely more about reducing calories as opposed to fad diets. I mean, people on the channel know I'm a very big critic on fad diets, huge critic. So moving on to your training regime. So how often do you go train, and what does it look like in the gym?
So I don't necessarily think I train a lot. So I train about 4 times a week, which may seem like a lot, but in retrospect of what I've done in the past, it's not loads. And it's purely muscle work. So weight work itself. I do get cardio, so I walk to the gym as well. It takes about 40 minutes to walk to the gym. So I get a bit of a warm up going. So I do get a little bit of cardio. I do get my steps in, but I purely just focus on just compound movements with my weights. And I think what a lot of people also fall down on when they think of weight work is, oh yeah, we need to just put more and more weights in. We need to go up and up, because if I'm not doing really heavy weights, I'm not going to get any progress at all, which isn't true at all. Like, don't be afraid to have lower weights, because you can get lower rates, but you get higher reps in with those lower rates, and you're still going to get progress, and you're going to get better form than sticking on like 20, 30 kilograms on what you should be doing. And then you're going to have bad posture. You're going to hurt yourself. You're going to learn bad techniques. Like, I see people go into the gym, they're doing the exact same like workouts as me, but you can tell that you can tell that their form is completely incorrect, and you can just tell that by just looking at how much they're trying to lift. So don't ever feel pressured by what you see on Instagram, all these Instagram workouts, what you see other people doing in the gym, because what works for you is purely for you. So if you need lower weights, you're going to still get there. You're still going to get your progress, and you can just slowly work your way up, which is just basically what I do.
Ah, that's excellent. And that kind of segues nicely into my last question I have. So, a lot of people struggle with anxiety, motivation. They can't seem to just get it. They can't seem to get to the gym often, or they can't seem to work out often, for whatever reason, they're just not motivated. Do you have any advice for those people out there? Like, what message would you give those people who want to do it, but just can't seem to get the motivation?
Just take your time. Like, everyone seems to be in such a big rush nowadays to to better themselves, to just be instantaneous with how you look, and that's just not how it works. Like, everything takes time. And even if you start small by going for little walks in the day, it doesn't have to be long, maybe like a 20-minute walk or something like that, or just walk to town, your local town, local shops and back, and just start off small and just build up upon that, because even by starting small, you're still going to make progress, you're still going to get there. And and another thing is, a workout buddy really does help, because that's one thing, because if you have someone that comes with you, you'll have that person to motivate you. Yes, you could get a trainer, but by simply just having one person with you, and you'll have that person who will be like, when you're on days where you don't want to go, they'll be like, come on man, we need to go, we need to get going, you'll be fine, and they'll get you there. So it is hard. It really is hard. Like, it's hard to get into that point where you physically want to go. Like, trust me, it's taken me like, what, I've been six odd years where I've just done pretty much nothing. It took me that long to actually motivate myself and go. Like, and if I could do it after 6 years, anyone else can do it, even if it's 7, 8, 9 years. Like, it's never too late to make a change for yourself.
Okay, that's a lovely ending right there to the video. Marcus, where can they find you?
Well, you can find me on mainly Instagram. I would use my Instagram handle, but I cannot remember it. So Matt, could you like put
It'll be
a
linked, don't
link
worry.
somewhere? Okay. And then so it's mainly my Instagram. So if you could give that a follow, I'd really appreciate it.
Okay, yep. Marcus's Instagram will be in the link down below. Marcus, thank you so much for sharing your inspirational journey. And I'm sure you would have changed someone's life just from this interview. So thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and sharing your experience.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you for having me.